Hey guys, Bernie here. Today, I wanna tell you what happened on Reddit yesterday. Gaben, or Gabe Newell, or how you wanna call him. If you don't know who he is, then he is the CEO of Valve. He helped developing Steam, TF2, CSGO, Dota, and the other Valve games. You might recognize his voice from this song, for example.
Gaben at valvesoftware.com.
Or this voice line used a lot in Neil's videos.
Welcome to Team Fortress 2. After 9 years in development, hopefully it will have been worth the wait. Thanks, and have fun.
He had an AMA on Reddit, specifically the Gaben subreddit. AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. Everyone could ask him anything about anything, and if the question got enough attention, enough upvotes, then Gaben or any other member of the Steam staff, including the TF2 team, answered them. They also answered some TF2 questions as well, and they told us pretty interesting new info which I'm gonna look at in this video. The first question answered is about how big the TF2 team actually is. He said, the count varies depending on what the team is working on, but the current count is 16. This includes programmers, artists, writers, level designers, and sound engineers. As far as the 10th anniversary, we have lots of things we are excited to get into the community's hands this year, but we can't promise a major update will land on that day or date. That's great! We all thought that there were just like 4 or 5 people permanently working at the game, this amount not changing or anything. But there are 16 people working right now, and CSGO has around 25 right now. But that's 16 people right now, because major update is in development right now, as he said. Count varies depending on what the team is working on. Then probably when no major update is in development, then there are just like 5 people doing bug fixes, etc. If someone doesn't know, Steam is treating their employees like that they can work on whatever they want to work on. If they wanna develop VR, they can stop on TF2 for a while and do VR. This method has its upside but also its downsides. But the employees are at least much more happier than in the other game companies. But we saw what this did with some of the recent updates. Second question answered is about TF2 team in general. He said, the team is usually so heads down focused on working on the game that we sometimes forget to communicate with when we should. One of the upcoming blog posts we are planning talks about the game balance changes we are working on for the next major update, along with explanations for those changes, so the community can give us feedback prior to the release. Amazing! They won't just release the update out of nowhere with random stat changes for random weapons. Bisoner. Nice to see that they wanna discuss with the community if what they want to do is right or not. Future looks good for the Pyro update. TF2's been around long enough that our philosophy on the way the competitive scene exists alongside the more casual scene has changed significantly. In the years following the initial release in 2007, we regarded the competitive scene as a separate set of customers, so we jump between shipping new content for casual players in one update and adding bunch of competitive features in the next. These days, we regard that view as integrated and instead believe we should aim for a single community with players existing throughout a spectrum between casual and competitive. As a result, we've spent the last year or two working towards unifying the two parts of the TF2 community, to bring it more in line with the way CSGO and Dota 2 work. One barrier was that TF2 pros played a fairly different game to what everyone else was playing. Classes and weapons are missing, different game modes, etc. So we shipped a set of features like this, introduced an official competitive matchmaking mode that is closer to what most players are familiar with to serve as a bridge. Added an in-game Twitch streamer list to help highlight pro players and organize events. Provided in-game announcements around major events. Talk with many different groups of players and organizers to see what kind of unified format we could adopt. There's plenty more work to do in this space, and at some point it may transition from adding features in the product to supporting the competitive community itself. In the near term, we'll continue to work on pulling the community together, using as much player feedback as we can get, combined with the data we are gathering to see how the work we've done so far is panning out. This is a little controversial. See, I highly doubt that a free-to-play that loves 2-4, an MVM player, and a comp player with more than 5,000 hours have very much in common when it comes to the mechanics and items. Also, there are some weapons that are super OP in competitive and super weak in pubs and the other way around. But that's all just opinions. Some people love the Valve matchmaking competitive system edit, some don't because it's bad in their opinions. In my opinion, it has a good core, but it feels like it's more like organized pub rather than a competitive match. In my opinion, the rank system needs to be reworked because right now ranks doesn't matter at all. It's good that they are listening, but I feel like they don't understand the competitive scene 100%, which also hurts the casual scene. Let's see how the Pyro update will turn out. The next question is, what is TF2 in Valve's eyes? Do you plan to improve the state of the game in 2017? Will there be more focus on the game by Valve? And he answered, TF2 has millions of unique players per month, and the team is staffed by a group of people that love and play the game. We've committed to supporting and growing TF2 with new features, content, and player experiences. We are currently working on our next major update, which features a new campaign, the Pyro class pack, matchmaking improvements features, and lots of game balancing improvements. If any of you thought that Valve has abandoned TF2 completely, here you can see that it's not true. Pyro class update is 100% confirmed. Here we can see that also a new campaign is planned. Yay, more misspawning and more skins. Or the drops from the contracts will now be changed? Who knows? Contracts should be a more frequent thing in my opinion. Maybe like monthly. I would like to see that, but that's just an opinion. More matchmaking improvements is always good to hear. Let's just hope that they will listen to the community about the balance changes and will not nerf the Bison again. Blog post about the changes would be the best. Let's hope they will do what they promised us. If they listen to us, not many things will go wrong. Next one is about the Source 2 engine. Question is, does Valve plan on doing anything with Source 2 in the coming years? If so, then what? And Gabe answered, we are continuing to use Source 2 as our primary game development environment. Aside from moving to Dota 2 to the engine recently, we are using it as a foundation of some unannounced products. We would like to have everyone working on games here at Valve to eventually be using the same engine. We also intend to continue to make the Source 2 engine work and available to the brand developer community as we go, and to make it available free of charge. This is really interesting reply. He said, we are contributing to use the Source 2 as our primary game development environment. That can mean that also CSGO or TF2 have a chance to be moved to Source 2. That's interesting. By the way, if someone doesn't know how Dota 2 changed when it moved to Source 2 engine, here's a comparison video. If TF2 ever gets moved to Source 2, I wonder what will happen with the items. Probably the best thing would be that one inventory would work for both Source 1 version and Source 2. But before TF2 would be considered even to be moved to Source 2, I think that the main priority will be CSGO. So yeah, that's all the important things that TF2 team and Gabe told us in the Ask Me Anything. We got confirmation of the Pyro update, confirmed contracts, confirmed 15 people working on the game right now. Blog post about Pyro update before its release. Matchmaking improvements, new features. Lots of game balancing improvements and more. Also Gabe Plus, Medium Rare Stakes and Half-Life 3 or Portal 3 or another game in the Half-Life universe is confirmed.